Hello guys and welcome back to What If Civilization Started Over. We are now on episode 9. Yay. Next episode's going to be pretty cool and juicy. Anyways, we're going to be starting this off with a war between the red team and the Caribbean team. The red team just doing this to get more land. They're going to make a landing in Jamaica and Cuba. And they're also going to make several landings around different islands in this area, supported by the green team. They're going to take over all of these islands, and they're going to eventually make a landing in this island as well, eventually leading to the collapse of it. See most of that islands fall, and now we see lots of troops from Florida enter into the Caribbean state, allowing them to take control of the Cuba and take back these areas right here. Now, the Cuban military is not something to be messed with, but the red team has support from its supporters. I'd say the supporters are Texas, the green team, the African Union, and maybe the terrorists as well. I don't know, man. So, they're still going to be able to make gains. And then cut the military into two, and they're going to take over this part. And the Cuban military has a stronghold in this area right here. But they're going to do a second invasion into Cuba, splitting the island into two pieces, taking this major city. Now, the Cuban military is trying its best to hold it back, but the bombardment is too much. And eventually, the Cuban thingy is already gone. They're also going to make a landing in this part of Florida. You're going to take control of this first area of Florida. Now, the pink team would intervene, but, it's not going to win the war if even they did join. So, yeah. First up, we're going to see Texas. Actually, no, I think they have a peace treaty with them. We're going to see this country intervene with this war because it sees it as a great land opportunity. Going to go all around the coast here and take all of the land they wanted. Get into these areas, get around the coast, getting in those parts right there. Yeah, it just really wants the land around the coast of this sea here. The Floridans aren't really doing so well anymore. They've lost lots of their land now. They're getting invaded from two sides. And we're actually going to see a revolution start over here. In these two states here. In this state here. And this state right here. And also this state. They want independence. So they're going to connect up with this other rebellion. And they're going to also make it up to this one here. And we're going to see another rebellion break out here. And it's going to be over here in this area right here. And it's going to be mainly consisted in this area right here. Where they're going to expand downwards into here. And going to take most of the land around it. They're going to get into a little squabble with this. But they eventually just split it, deal with it later. This country gets more steam and they push up here, and it's more just instead of a war, it's more of a who can take more land type of thing. So our team will continue to go up here. They're going to meet up with these rebellions and they're just going to be trying to be chill with them. They just want their land. So now the Floridan country is in shambles. There's not much else to say. This country will gain access to this province, call it their own, call it a day. Meanwhile, this rebellion will continue, expand up here and take all of these provinces. Meanwhile, this other rebellion will do the exact same, meeting up with the border. Yeah. So eventually, they split it up like this, something like that. And finally, this team will take this province, leading to the end of the Floridan Civil War. and a decisive red team victory. So let's just see the peace treaty now. In this peace treaty, we see the red team has completely annexed all of this country. Hold on, let me just erase the capital. Bye-bye. So yeah, they've completely annexed all of their wanted lands. And we see 2 new countries with the party systems. You know, like the USA. By the way, these things are like I don't know what they are. They're just like democracy. You know what I mean? Like every citizen gets the vote or something. I don't know, man. So yeah, now we have the red team expanding more. And I don't know why this hasn't happened already, but they explore these islands right here. And I still haven't fixed this goddamn island. You know what? This is canonical. This is like a part of the law. Like the old civilization sunk this island or something. Yeah, great law. Anyways, over here we're going to see more exploration happening with most of the coast being found. And this here basically going to be a sweeping exploration through the rest of the Sahara. And all of Africa has been explored. Oh yeah, and by the way, they explore most of Greenland. They explore Greenland. And it's time to do our daily Britain update, actually. How could I forget? So first up, we see this orange team get mad at the light red team. They're going to start a military operation into it, taking their capital within a few days and taking over the rest of the peninsula. And they moved their capital to here. But straight after that, they see an invasion of this country. And it seemed to go surprisingly well for them until they experience a rebellion in the south. What? Totally unexpected. No one would ever have seen this coming. This is jamming up the view. Boom. They're going to take this major city and they're going to peace out. And this team is also able to gain back their lands. So now this country is really small. Let's just get the capital for this country and place it right next to this one because, yeah, it's their only major city. They still get to hold. They don't get to hold onto this actually because the whale team grabs hold of it. Ooh. Whale team grabs hold of it. And that will actually be it for the Daily Britain update this time. Pretty small one. But also here we see a new country form right here. And it's just going to be an Iberian team. And over here we see a new government, a new rebellion form. And they want independence. They don't like this French team because of their bad laws and stuff. Kind of like French right now. They have a lot of scams going around in the streets. And they're going through an economic crisis right now. Leading to rebellions happening all around the area. Saying, I could do better. So we have these 2 states popping up claiming they can do better. And they probably could, but that's beyond the point. They're rebelling away. Finally, we're going to see one more, not this colour, because we literally just had that one. Yeah, that's a good colour. And one more country is going to form a pair saying they could also do better, taking over these states right here. And it's not like they forced them to take these states. These states willingly joined up with these. And now this country only went through more economic crisis, and eventually it's going to collapse. No, it isn't. It's just going to be divided up. Well, it is going to collapse. It's not going to disappear. It's just going to be divided up. These brown team will take occupation of these states right here, up here, and take the capital and do. It's going to control it for a while, you know. Meanwhile, these countries right here will also grab as much land as they can and claim it for themselves. The light brown country will take all that. This turquoise team will take that. And this pink team will take this. So now France is gone, basically. That's 2 countries gone due to the rebellions already. Anyway, the Siberian team is just chill like that. So they're just going to expand outwards a little bit, you know. They're just going to expand downwards and take control of the entire Portugal area here. Take over Gibraltar, and now we have this. Anyways, we're going to see the Bulgarians expand upwards a little bit. Not too much, they just want to find out what's going on up here. And not much is going on. So, yeah, what would be going on right here, you know? Except for Polish government forming. Whoop, whoop. Whoop, 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 whoop. So we see this Polish state forming. They're already going to be pretty big. They're going to unite up with a non-existent Lithuania and Latvia to form Poland, Lithuania, Latvia. No. They're going to take over all of these areas. And I think the final thing in this area is going to be a really cold country up here forming. That's why I made it blue. It's just going to form up here and it's going to be really cold and stuff. Don't know what to say, man. It's going to expand all up here. And the brown team is also going to expand upwards a bit, taking over this area. Boom. Yeah. Oh yeah, there's one more thing. I really like adding more things when I say it's nearly done. A new country just going to form up here. And they're going to be like a sort of greenish country. Sorry if you're colorblind, by the way. You know, I understand. Yeah, they're just going to expand. They're going to explore into Turkey. They're finally going to explore Mesopotamia, where Ades through civilization started. Woohoo! Hold on, let me just check something. Let me see how this looks. Wow. Innovative, bro. It's so innovative. We're going to see, now, over here, we're going to see more exploration happening. We're going to see all of this area explored and, you know, explored. You see a massive troop happening in Siberia, getting all the way to there. What? Wow. We're also going to see the exploration into Indonesia, where they explore a few islands and such. They're going to take over these islands. I mean, not take over, just explore. And eventually, they're going to stop at Papua New Guinea. They're also going to explore a little bit into India, where Gusisto smashing started. There, Wisco. So, yeah, now we have a map looking like this. And we're not going to finish the episode. I just want some... I'm going to see some expansion from Alaska into these areas right here. All of this is going to feed over to the Alaskan team because they wanted it really badly. This team is also going to expand outwards a little bit, but not too much, to be honest. What we're going to see happening, though, is the Korean team going kabloom, bro. Go kaboom. But they don't like the way the borders look, so they're going to have to do something about it. Do you want to know what they're going to do? Bye-bye. Bye-bye. They're going to forcefully unite with this country here. And what's left of it will return into this microstate right here. Our first micro-state. Like, you might have thought, like, this country was small or something, but you ain't seen nothing yet. You might have thought this country was small, which it is small, actually. But this is the smallest of the smallest, bro. Capital is bigger than that, bro. So the Koreans are going to continue to expand outwards a bit, forming the mighty Korean Empire. Yeah, it's just going to be a mighty Korean Empire. It's going to join up with this Californian colony. And boom. We still haven't got, like, this part of Asia discovered, but it's fine. We still haven't got Australia discovered, but... you know, they're not expected to have everything. They're going to fully discover the Papua New Guinea Islands, and the new country will decide to form here. It will be this country right here. they're going to be the Papua New Guinean country. But over here on this side of it, we're going to see this country form. They don't like this country. But they don't really want to fight yet, since they don't really have a military. And plus, this country is kind of strong anyways. So, yeah, just keep it to yourself, man. I don't like the way these borders look, though. Let me just make it look a bit better. There we go. That's what I call a great border. Not an idiot sandwich like the other one. This country will expand into the islands around here. And it's going to take all it needs, really. It's going to take most of the islands that it wanted. It's going to call it a day. Meanwhile, a Filipino country will form, being a Filipino country. And yeah, it's going to be Filipino. They're not really going to expand much outside of this area. And they're just going to call this part home. Home. 33 and third. Anyway, just had to get that off me, you know. You just get that feeling inside you when you say that. Country will expand outwards a little bit, expanding their borders to something like this. Meanwhile, this country will send out a campaign to see what they can find out here. They don't really find much, so they end up turning back. But they find a lake, and they decide to settle here instead. And they're not going to be this country, I just want to have them a similar colour, kind of. Yeah, we're going to have it farm up here, and they're going to be a new country. They decided that it'd be best for them to just start up a new country instead of wasting their time looking for a new place to live. Hold on a second, let me just fix this stupid mistake I keep making. I'm very disappointed in myself, you know. Anyway, let's just call this discovered, because I can. What's this? Oh. So yeah, now we have this. And the final event for this video, which I think is going to happen, I think is actually going to be the last event. Wow. I know, I barely ever get to the final of my video without doing another thing. Which is going to be an Indian country farm. Wait, I don't like this. It's basically this country. I don't need that. Yeah, this is the Indian country's colour. They're going to start here, and they're going to control all of this. And this will be it for this episode. Please tune in next time for more epic content. And never mind, I need to do one more thing, because I can. The Vietnamese country is going to expand outwards a little bit. And so is this country. Can go down to here. And over here, and we're going to see a new alliance forming. It's going to be that evil alliance. Let me just pick a good shape for it. I'll make it this shape. That's a good shape. It's going to be the 8 alliance. It's going to be between this country, the green team, the African Union, this country, and this country here. And most surprisingly, this country, you know. And most surprisingly too, this country, because I still have close ties with Texas. They just don't want to lose ties with Texas, so they're going to join in with them. And this is going to be that evil alliance. You don't want to go near them, otherwise they'll beat you up. They're not going to be an attack one, attack all alliance. Well, they are, but they're also going to be an attacking alliance. Dun, dun, dun. So yeah, that will be it for this episode. Tune in next time for more Whistle content, which is episode 10, the first major episode of the series.